fentanyl is truly taking over our state with some really negative consequences.
Law enforcement statewide sounding the alarm. 2021 so far seeing a massive increase in fentanyl, a synthetic opioid up to 100 times more potent than morphine.
Fentanyl is very cheap, easy to produce, it's easy to smuggle, it's very, very potent per gram. It is much more potent than black tar heroin was or is.
More potent means more paramedics responding to overdose calls. In Ada County, Training Captain Steve Cole says it's common to see a surge of overdoses as the valley receives a new drug supply.
We then arrive and see that it's a opioid overdose. We see an increase in cardiac arrest calls and an increase in unconscious man down calls. Those are the two most common increases that we see whenever there's a new surge.
So how big is the problem? Well, in 2020, law enforcement in the Treasure Valley seized 2,000 counterfeit pills containing fentanyl. In just the first 6 months of this year, a local DEA official says that number skyrocketed to 50,000. In July, Governor Brad Little joined state police in a press briefing to discuss the growing concern. Those officials saying it's clear the source of the problem starts at the southern border.
Of the drug trafficking organizations investigated last year, 96% identified Mexico as a source country for drugs trafficked into the region.
Whatever goes through that border comes right here to Boise and to Nampa and to Caldwell and Wilder and you name it.
New data from the CDC shows drug overdoses killed a record number of Americans in 2020, jumping by nearly 30%. On top of stressors related to the pandemic, experts say those deaths are largely a result of the prevalence of fentanyl. Captain Cole says Ada County paramedics have seen more than 10 overdose calls in a single day, most often caused by fentanyl disguised as another prescription medication.
So pills that are being sold on the street as OxyContin or something else that are actually counterfeit and have fentanyl instead of another drug in them.
The DEA says more than 1 in 4 pills containing fentanyl back in 2019 was considered a lethal dose, and they suspect that number is now much higher. First responders treat patients with Narcan. It's a nasal spray that can help counteract the effects of an opioid overdose. Well, in just the first 7 months of this year, Ada County paramedics alone administered Narcan 177 times, compared to a total of 211 times in all of 2020, roughly a 44% increase. And if you think this problem doesn't exist in your neighborhood, think again.
Opioid addiction is just like the rest of the country, is very prevalent in all parts of our county, whether it's in Meridian, Eagle, or downtown Boise, or even in the rural parts of the county, it's an issue.
Karen Lair, Idaho News 6.